What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for another video for you guys, and the Europa League draw for this coming season has just been made, and yeah, different setup to Europe this year. We've got 4 teams home, 4 teams away, so 8 teams in total.
2 teams from each pot.
2 teams from each pot, and how many is the league?
So it's a big league of 32 teams. Top 8 go automatically into the last 16. From 9 till the next 16 teams, or whatever that is, they go into a playoff. Basically, a last 32, and then the bottom 8 teams get automatically eliminated.
So, looking at the draw right now, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, if we don't finish in the top 8, something's gone horribly wrong. With this lineup. So, the home games that we've got are. Just wait for the police car to go past. But the home games that we've got are Roma, AZ Alkmaar, Karabag and Elfsborg of Sweden. The away games are Rangers, Ferencvaros, Galatasaray and Hoffenheim. So
really tough away games, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, we should be beating Hoffenheim. Galatasaray will be a very hard game.
But Hoffenheim, decent Bundesliga team. It's not going to be. That's like a difficult game.
Yeah, but we should still be winning that.
Look, technically we should be winning all the games. I'm just saying, like, away from home in Europe against a good Bundesliga team. I was seeing them last season. They are, one of those teams where Leverkusen had to get a last-minute winner to win. I think they gave Bayern Munich a really good game. Got some good players like Kramaric in the front line, so that's going to be a difficult one. Yeah. Galatasaray away in Turkey is always going to be hard. Yeah. They always give anyone. You saw
what they did in their Champions League game, group stage last year.
They beat Man United, didn't they?
Twice, I think,
4-3. They beat them at Old Trafford as well. They also won the league with 100 points last season, albeit they did. I think they lost in their qualifying to the Champions League, so they dropped down. But that's going to be a difficult game. We've got the other 2, Ferencvaros, you should be winning that, and the other one, Alkmaar.
Rangers.
Sorry, Alkmaar's at home. Yeah, Rangers. Ibrox. Always, they're always up for it.
Game,
Always up for it. So I think the away games are fairly difficult. Obviously, we should be getting over the line, and at least 2 of them, I would say. But it's difficult.
The home games in Elfsborg, Karabag, Alkmaar and Roma.
Yeah.
First of all, it's worth noting that Troy Parrott coming back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium so soon after leaving us without AZ Alkmaar, which would be an interesting matchup. But in that game as well, like, Alkmaar's a fairly difficult game. Roma's a difficult game. But we should still be taking a minimum of 9 points from those.
Definitely. Obviously, Roma, look, we could still beat them, but under De Rossi, they've really turned things around since Mourinho left and had a fairly decent season last season. They've got, still got such great talent in the front line. They have just lost Tammy Abraham. They've got people like Dybala. They've got great talent.
Where'd he go, Tammy?
AC Milan, I believe he's gone. So so look, that's going to be a tough one against them. But the other 3, those 3 other 3 games, you should be looking at that as maybe a good opportunity to put some rotation in there, get some of the youngers, give them some minutes. Because if we can't get through those games, I mean, we should definitely. Those games should be Elfsborg, Alkmaar, and Karabag.
Yeah,
I mean, should be able to rotate in those games.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you should be able to even start Will Lancashire at 9, Mikey Moore, and these kind of players, and still get a result, in my opinion. But general outset of the draw, I mean, there are a couple of tricky games in there, but we should be massive favourites to pretty much win all of the games.
Yeah, I would say we should be getting a minimum of 5 wins out of those 8. I would say, and that should definitely see. I mean, obviously, it's so difficult to know what exactly is the benchmark to getting in the top 8 because this is the first time it's been done. So usually when you do the group stage, 3 wins and you're probably top. Yeah. But this time it's hard to judge. But I'd guess 5 wins and you're probably in the top 8.
Got to be surely
in the top 8 with 5 wins.
And I think it'll be a major disappointment with this group that we have, or with these fixtures that we have, to not get in the top 8.
And it'll be a really good opportunity, hopefully, Bergvall to get some starts as well, Archie Gray. So I'm excited, hopefully, for them, to get some minutes. That's where those home games, I think the away games, I think the majority of them, we are probably going to have to near full strength, I think, to get wins in those games. So I expect some rotation, but I don't expect wholesale changes for those games. But I reckon those home games, there should be a bit of rotation for sure.
Yeah, we don't know, obviously, the scheduling of the fixtures as of yet, but I would like to start off with maybe that Roma game. If we start off with the Roma game, potentially get a win in there, and then everything can fall in place from there.
Yeah, definitely. If that's going to be the first game, hopefully we get a win in that one, and if we can, surely could even go out 8 for 8 if we do that. But I think I would be surprised if we win away at Galatasaray. And I think Hoffenheim away is going to be really, really tough.
In terms of the away games, obviously we're going to be looking at the flights pretty soon. But Rangers away, Ferencvaros away, Galatasaray away, and Hoffenheim away. So you fancy going to the depths of hell? They say welcome to hell in Galatasaray.
Yeah, why not? Let's go right into it. That's what they say. You should face your fears. Just go dive straight into it. All the breathe in that smoke of the flares. Can't wait. Yeah, but it's always a great
Sanchez, Serge Aurier.
Exactly. The return of our nemesis. So let's see. And yeah, so it should be. Look, I think there are some tasty ties there. Thankfully, like it's not just a bunch of nobodies. Roma, Galatasaray, Hoffenheim, Alkmaar. Some nice ties there, but obviously sprinkled in with some easily ties where we should really be coasting through.
Yeah, you happy with it then?
I'm pretty happy with the draw. Like I wanted a few names just so it keeps it a bit interesting, but we have a fairly simple draw. We should be at minimum, I think. Obviously, I think definitely we'll be finishing the top 20, whatever it is, 26 or whatever.
Yeah, we have to finish in the top 8 in my
24,
opinion.
top 24.
With
top 8, it should be top 8 really.
With this group, we have to finish in the top 8.
It'd be disappointing if we're not in the top 8.
Yeah, because we're going into it with what in the top 3 at least, favourites for the tournament.
Yeah. And you got Bergvall, Deki having a Swedish side in there, so maybe they'll know a bit more about Elfsborg as well.
That's true.
I'm trying to think of, do we have any former Roma players or anything? Also, we have a connection Roma, Mourinho and all that kind of stuff. Lamela, exactly, but I don't think any players at the moment we share or anything like that. Obviously, Alkmaar, you got Parrott. Hoffenheim, Sessegnon went on there alone there for a year. So the Sessegnon derby, I think we can call that. I actually think Aurelio Gomez had a little spell at Hoffenheim as well.
Did he?
For like 6 months.
After us or before us?
No, on loan from us. It was on loan from Hoffenheim for a bit. So yeah, look, interesting tie. Obviously, if we're being honest, any group that we got drawn today, you would expect us to finish top 8 because we're one of the favourites. So it's no surprise that we've got one of these draws where we're looking at it thinking we've got to be top 8. But I think it's important, being one of the favourites of the tournament, we manage this group well and just make sure we're in that top 8.
Yeah, absolutely. So that is the draw. I would like to know your thoughts on the draw, and are you happy with the draw in the comments section below. Spurs are back in Europe, people, and it feels good to have our name read out in one of the European draws. Maybe not the Europe that we want all back in the Champions League, but hopefully that will come next season. But thank you everyone for joining us today. Like, subscribe and comment, and as always, come on you Spurs.